Good evening, everyone. We are here in Aachen during the FEI European Championships for Dressage. And we, for once, will do our draw for the next coming big championships for the Ground Juries online, so you can all watch it on FEI TV. The crew which is here today to help us with this is Frank Kemperman, the chair of the Dressage committee. It's Sophie Roos, who is from our FEI headquarters, and it's Michael Rentsch, who is our legal director. The actual draw will be made by Frank Kemperman and myself. We will start with the draw for the Ground Jury for the FEI Reem Acra World Cup in 2016, the final, which will be in Gothenburg. The president is already appointed, that is Gustav Svalling from Sweden. We will now read all the names of the candidates who are now on the long list, and we will then make the draw. So I will read the names, and Frank Kemperman will put all the names into this fantastic bowl. First, Anne Grimmons from the US. Susan Hovenas from Australia. It's Evi Eisenhardt from Germany. It's Hans Christian Mathisen from Denmark. Dietrich Plewa for Germany. Mariette Sanders van Gansewinkel from Netherlands. Isabel Wessels from Great Britain. Susanne Borup from Denmark. Jean-Michel Roudier from France. Irina Maknami from Russia. And finally, Raphael Saleh for France. Before we make the actual draw, I just want to make you aware of a couple of conditions in this. We can only have one member of the Ground Jury from each country, and you have seen that we have from some countries 2 candidates. So we will then appoint the first one we draw. We have also 2 4-star judges, and we can only have 1 in the Ground Jury. So the first one we draw of the 4-star judges will then be in the Ground Jury. I think we can make the draw.
I close my eyes. I look to the other side. Take the first one.
Susanne Borup from Denmark. Mariette Sanders van Gansewinkel from Netherlands. Irina Maknami from Russia. Evi Eisenhardt from Germany. Anne Gribbons from the US. Yeah. We already have from Germany, so that one is not eligible. Raphael Saleh from France, but we already have 1 4-star judge already. Isabel Wessels from Great Britain.
It's possible.
That is possible.
Is it?
Yep, that is it, but we also need 2 reserves. So just go on, and that must also be from other countries. That's not a problem in this case. Susan Hovenas from Australia is the first reserve. We already have a Danish.
Dutch? Oh, that's Danish. Yeah.
Danish.
Right. There's one left.
Yeah, Jean-Michel Rodier is the second reserve. So then I repeat the list of judges for the Grand Jury. As I said, we already have Gustav Svalling from Sweden as president. We have Anne Gribbons from the US. We have Evi Eisenhardt from Germany. We have Mariette Sanders van Gansewinkel from Netherlands. Isabel Wessels from Great Britain. Susanne Bore from Denmark. And Irina McNamee from Russia. Susan Hovenas from Australia is the first reserve. And Jean-Michel Rodier from France is the second reserve. So that concludes the draw for the World Cup final. We will then continue with the draw for the Olympic Games. It's exactly the same principles. The president of the Grand Jury is already appointed, that is Maribel Alonso from Mexico. So we will also here draw 6 members of the Grand Jury and 2 reserves. Stephen Clark, Great Britain, is the first candidate. Gary Rockwell from the US. Isabelle Judet, France. Francis Verbeek from Netherlands. Katrina Wist from Germany. Eddie de Wolf van Westerrode from Holland. Netherlands.
Sounds much better.
Andrew Gardner from Great Britain. Peter Holle from Germany. Thomas Lang from Austria. Annette Franzén Jacobius from Sweden. And last, Susanne Borup from Denmark. Then we are ready to start the actual draw.
Yeah.
Yes, please. So the first member of the Grand Jury is Eddie de Wolf van Westerrode from Netherlands. Stephen Clark from Great Britain. Francis Verbeek, Netherlands, is not eligible. We already have de Wolf. Also not eligible from Great Britain, we have Stephen Clark already. Susanne Bore from Denmark. Thomas Lang from Austria. Peter Holle from Germany. Also Germany. Gary Rockwell from the US. Then we have the 6 members of the Grand Jury. We will now then draw the 2 reserves. First reserve is Annette Franzén Jacobius from Sweden. and then Isabelle Judet from France as the second reserve. I will then repeat the list. We have Maribel Alonso of Mexico as the president of the Ground Jury. As members of the Ground Jury, we have Stephen Clark from Great Britain, Gary Rockwell from the US, Eddie de Wolf van Westerhode from Netherlands, Peter Holle from Germany, Thomas Lang from Austria, and Susanne Borup from Denmark. First reserve is Annette Francén Jacobius from Sweden, and the second reserve is Isabelle Judet from France. That concludes the draw for the two Ground Juries, and as at least all the 5-star judges already know, this is also the final time we use this procedure with the long list and the short list. From next time, we'll then start with a regular appointment for the Ground Juries. Thank you and have a nice evening.